Hey folks, Redneck Reloader. Good morning. I'm going to make a video today that I was hoping I would never have to make. I have a stuck case. It happens to everybody. It's happened to me twice. This is the second time. The first time was just me being a bonehead. To be honest with you, it was 223. That's the only one I've ever had trouble with. I was loading some brass. I had like 100 pieces out there, and I was going through loading them, and I was priming them on the press. And one piece I primed, the primer went in cockeyed and messed up. So I was just going to deprime it and throw a new primer in, and then throw it back in, powder charge it, and load it along with the rest of them. So I just, not even thinking, I just grabbed that case. I had my other press set up. I was working on two presses at the time, and I had my decapping die in the other press, so I just grabbed it, threw the case in, and ran it up in there, not even thinking about lubing it. Like I said, the case had already been sized. I was just running it through again to decap it again, and boy, it just got stuck like Chuck. But I did, after kicking myself, I fought with it a little bit, and I did manage to get it out by using vice grips. But that's not happening this time. I've tried every trick in the book that I knew on this one. I've put it in the freezer overnight. I've tried the vice grips. And the idea that I've heard behind putting it in the freezer is that steel and brass contract at different rates. So I've seen it, for years. People have said, oh, if you get one stuck, just throw it in the freezer overnight and the brass will shrink and it'll loosen up and come right out. Nah. I got a stuck case remover kit, and it came in the mail yesterday. So this morning, I'm going to try this. So this is a kit I got. I got it off of eBay. It's not a regular kit like by RCBS or something like that. Some guy on eBay made this up. It comes in this nice little, plastic container. And what it consists of is a tap in a little case, and a drill bit, and this little contraption. It's a little plastic spacer. I don't know, it kind of looks like PVC pipe, but it looks a little heavier, thicker wall than that. And then, a bolt and a nut. And his directions are to assemble this. You drill it out, tap it, and then you assemble this like this, and you screw this into the end of it, and then you turn this nut on the top, and the idea is it will pull it out. He said to leave it set the way it is. Now, that looks like not enough thread to me. I would think that I would want that screwed in deeper into the brass, but I'm going to go by his directions, leave it the way it is. And that's a locking nut, so it's going to stay in place. So I'm assuming the guy knows what he's talking about, so I'm going to try it. If this thing works and looks decent, I'll put a link to it in this video description. So what I've done here is I've taken my die with the stuck case, flipped it upside down, and screwed it into the press from the bottom, which I've seen people talk about having to remove the ram to do this. I didn't have to do that. What I did with the decapping pin was just, I took the case and kind of stuck it in on this. I took the die, kind of put it in an angle, and I was able to stick the decapping pin down inside the ram, the hole where the primer would normally fall out, and that gave me enough space to get it in and screw it in. This gives a good stable work platform to work on, but also I thought from my personal case, it's better than putting it in a vise, because my vise is over in another corner of the shop and it's kind of hard to get to. So for filming purposes, it's a lot easier to get to this. So that's why I did it this way. So I'm not good at this kind of stuff. Not that I've ever done this before, but just this little kind of stuff. I've broken a lot of drill bits, broken a lot of taps. This is not my forte, but it's got to be done, so I'm going to try it. One more thing I'm going to make, because I'm sure I'm going to get comments, and I really don't care, but I'm just going to say it anyway for y'all's sake. I use Unique case lube. I have a bunch of junk on top of my tub, but this is what I use. It's sort of a paste lube. Never had a problem. Never had a stuck case before that I lubed. I told you about the one that I just ran it with no lube. But Unique has always worked great for me. I used to be on a forum online. I've given up my Facebook account. There's too much nonsense in there. But I used to be on a forum online, and every time somebody posted like a stuck case and asked recommendations how to get it loose, they would get lambasted with people saying, you know, you're using the wrong lube. Don't use, you know, one-shot case lube. You need to use this case lube or that case lube. I don't care what lube you're using. It's going to happen to everybody. It's just a thing that happens. So, like I said, I bought the case remover tool. I don't remember how much I paid for it. I hate saying prices nowadays because it's so crazy now with inflation and stuff. It's untelling what it'll be a year from now when somebody's watching this video. But I gave somewhere around $15 for it, something like that. The guy who made this, and by the way, he did send directions along with the kit. He's got his email in there. Like I said, if this works out good, I will include that email down in the link in the description. So if you're interested in getting one of these kits, then you can email him and ask about it. A lot of people sell them, and it's not much as a nut, bolt, spacer, drill, and a tap. You could probably assemble one yourself pretty easily. Not so much for me. I live so far out here in the woods, and so much. I'd have to drive so far to get to any place that sells this kind of stuff. It's so much easier for me just to order it online like this as a kit. So, all right, enough talking. You can tell I'm dreading this. I'm gonna jump into this now, and I hope it works. So, stay tuned. Okay, I hope this is a good camera angle. Y'all can see. So, first thing I'm gonna do is drill this thing out. Here goes. A little more meat to that case than I thought there was. A little shot of lube on the end of that thing. It seems to be fighting to go through there. I thought it would just zip right through that brass, but it's a little harder than what I thought. Well, I think strike one against this kid. Apparently I have the dullest drill bit on earth. The cheapest drill bit on earth. This brass has dulled it up already. Okay. So I see part of the problem is I'm hitting the decapping pin. I thought that I had it backed out far enough, but I did not. So I am punched all the way through it now. I guess that's that's why I wasn't drilling through there faster than I was. I was just hitting just barely hitting the tip of the decapping pin. Time to tap it. Now I have in my possession somewhere a tap wrench, but I haven't used that thing in 10 years, I'd say, and I have no idea where it is in this shed, and I'm not going to spend all morning looking for it, so I'm just going to use a adjustable wrench on this. Sorry, I had to fix the camera. I bumped it a little bit there. Well, I think I got this stupid thing tapped. I'm going to see if I can run this in there and give it a shot. Tap didn't feel like it was biting very good when it went in. Almost felt like the hole was oversized, which I might have kind of hogged it out a little bit fighting with it. It wouldn't shock me. So alright, so that's the directions. It's screwed in. Okay, now according to the directions, I'm supposed to tighten this nut, which will pull that screw out and pull the case out, and the screw is not supposed to turn while I'm turning this, so we'll see. I'm just afraid that nut is going to strip. The bolt is just going to strip out of the case rather than pull the case out, but all I can do is try. Well, it's loosened up, so either the case is unstuck and is coming out, or that screw just stripped out those threads I just cut and is just pulling back out. So I'll find out here in a second. I can't see it with that spacer in place. So. My gut feeling is this thing might have actually worked, because I think if the screw had stripped out, it would have just fallen off by now, but still seems to be... No, it just stripped out. Piece of shit. Alright, there'll be a second part to this video, I guess, if I ever get this damn case unstuck. Thanks for watching, folks. Okay, folks, I'm back. We're going to do round 2 here with this thing. I think what went wrong is that stupid, cheap, dull drill. I thought that my drill had hit my decapping pin, and that was keeping it from going through. But, you know, the more I've thought about it, I didn't even get through the flash hole before that thing stopped drilling, and so there's no way I got down there deep enough to hit that decapping pin, because I had it pulled back pretty far. But I think it just kind of hogged the hole out too big, and then I couldn't tap very many threads in it. So that tap was a 10/32. I shopped around town and I found another tap. It's a 12/24, so it's kind of the next size up. So I'm going to try that. So I'm going to re-drill it out, try re-tapping it with that, and see if I can do any better. And I found my tap wrench, so I'm going to try this one more time. So round 2. Actually, well, that hole's already hogged out. Didn't really even have to drill it. Alright, let's try this. Yeah, that is already feeling better. Definitely cutting better threads in there. I was shocked I found this tap, but what was even more shocking was I found a bolt that would fit it. I had to go 3 places before I found a 12/24 bolt. First place I went to had the tap. If this doesn't work, I do have a 1/4 but I'm almost afraid that's going to be too big for that 223 case. Just doing what I can here. Alright. Okay, this new bolt I got, the only one I could find, is a wee bit short to work with this spacer. So I'm using a 1/2 inch socket as a spacer. Something's happening. I don't know if it's something good or something bad, but something's giving way. Ta-da! You think it didn't have lube on it? I think it's soaked. Man, what a battle. Holy cow. So, now I'll go through the die, make sure it's not damaged, and jump back on board again. So, that was my first time removing a stuck case, and I hope if you ever have to do it, it goes smoother than what mine did. So, thank y'all for joining me. God bless.